Hello and welcome. I'm Reverend Rick Beatty, and this is the Unity of Royal Oak Midweek Connection. It's an honor and a privilege to bring you these messages and to share some ideas with you in a brief meditation and a prayer. So first I want to invite you to go to our website, unityroyaloak.org, and there you'll find the complete schedule of everything we have going on. We currently have some Lenten discussion groups going on, and they're powerful, very powerful times to get to know people a little bit better. So you can find out how and when Monday through Friday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, and then I host another one on Tuesdays and Thursdays for people at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But you'll find all of that information at unityroyaloak.org. And then our calendar is there, and all of the activities that we currently have going on. You'll see them there. All right. I'm playing copyright-free 432 hertz meditation and relaxing music from the Nature's Healing Society. So God bless them. I love this music, and that they provide it with no copyright. So they give us permission to use it. And I'm sorry it's a little wonky with the lighting. I have one lamp, and I need another one on the other side, one of those lights for video. So I apologize. All right. I want to read for you today's daily word, and I do so with permission of Unity, the publishers of Daily Word. For Wednesday, March the 11th, 2026, the theme is prosperity. And the affirmation is, I center my thoughts on God's abundance and know lasting prosperity. That's K-N-O-W. I center my thoughts on God's abundance and know lasting prosperity. Knowing that the divine presence within me is the source of all the world's abundance keeps me centered as I cope with the shifting fortunes of the world. I've read this through a few times in prep to share some ideas with you, and I can't help but think about how much our knowledge has exploded about the universe around us. First with the Hubble telescope, and then with the James Webb telescope. Trillions of planets, rich ore, all kinds of elements, gold, all of it. I think about the abundance of this universe, and it all flows from the one presence and the one power that we call God, which is the life of the universe itself. I believe that's my belief system. Each of us has to figure out one for ourselves, but that's currently where I am. So, and it may change. And notice my shirt. I love it. I stand for love, because I do. I stand for love. So I'll continue now. In everyone's life, there will be times of plenty and times of lack. So I take the lean times in stride, relying on my understanding of spiritual truth. And I've had some real roller coaster experiences in terms of prosperity. Not for a long time now. I've been pretty good, but I'm going to try and fix this light somehow. For the last few years, I've done pretty well, but there was a time I had big problems. In prayer, I give thanks for blessings already present and for those on their way to me. I affirm prosperity and trust my good comes to me through many channels, some expected and others not. I open myself to possibility, aware of the many ways I have known prosperity and abundance over the years. I look forward to an even greater manifestation of my good and live with a heart full of gratitude. I remember a long time ago, the very first church that employed me as a minister was used to be Unity Church of Clare. They're now a spiritualist church, but which is fine. But they didn't pay me very much, and it was just a very, very part-time job. But most amazing things happened to me to keep me going for that several months. And then I went back to, after a year, I went back to work at Renaissance Unity. I remember when I got my first full paycheck. And it was like, oh my goodness, I could go to Costco and buy something more than coffee and toilet paper. So I remember buying a movie. I think it was one of the Dune movies. I would have been or maybe Avatar. I'd been wanting this movie, seeing it, and it was $18 and change, and I wouldn't let myself buy it because I was really tight. Money was really tight then. So the Bible verse for today is from Isaiah 48:18. Then your prosperity would have been like a river, and your success like the waves of the sea. Wow. So one of the things, I don't write a lot of checks anymore, because who uses checks, right? Debit cards, credit cards, which I pay all that off every month. It's a deal I made with myself long ago. If I can't, I'll cut up all my cards, and I have a bunch of them. I think on my checks is printed above the signature line, God is my source, which was Mr. Fillmore, Charles Fillmore, our co-founder's basic teaching about prosperity and abundance. God is the source. If we plant ourselves there. And I remember when I got accepted into Unity's field ordination program in 2019, I was being given a tour of the Unity Village, and by Mark Fuss, Reverend Mark Fuss. He's an amazing guy, and he knows a lot about the village. And he was talking about a time when money was tight for the village, and every day when the mail came in from Lee Summit, the team, the workers would gather and bless the mail before it was opened. And one of the workers said to Mrs. Fillmore, Myrtle, we should pray that the money holds out. And Mrs. Fillmore said, no, dear, let us pray that our faith holds out. There is enough of everything for everyone, which is why I get a little sideways with the ridiculous pay that some highly paid CEOs get, thousands of times more than their workers out on the floor who make it happen. So, but that's just me, and I tend to vote my dollars accordingly. So, I'm going to invite you to scan your body, and well, I have a lot of changing light conditions here. What can I do? Well, pretty soon I'm going to invite you to close your eyes so you won't have to look at me and the changing light. I'm going to order something when I get off of this recording session. Scan your body, find out if you're carrying any tension with you anywhere. Any place in you that feels tense or tight. I'm trying some different color saturations. Scan your body, as I said, to see if you're carrying any stress or tension. And if you are, just notice it and it will slide away. Invite it to leave you, to slide itself away. And let's begin by taking 3 deep cleansing breaths. A deep breath in. Hold it. Sigh it out. A deep breath in. Hold it. Sigh it out. A deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. And now allow your breathing to take its normal cadence, its normal rhythm. Don't hurry it and don't delay it. Just let it come. Let it come as it just let it flow. It will flow through you. And as we take a few moments to open our hearts and our minds to all that is, to the amazing prosperity of the natural universe with the abundance of everything that we need, water and air and animals and everything we need, we have. And I'm going to allow us, and I'm going to invite us to relax into that awareness of love's presence in us, as us. God alive in each of us. One presence and one power. That's principle one. Our second principle is that we are expressions of that life, of the life of God. So you can close your eyes or softly focus them, whatever allows you to be centered and still for a few minutes of quiet meditation. Open your heart wide to the presence of life, wide to the prosperity, wide to receive your good. And what you put out, put love into the universe and then receive love, and everything you need comes back. We give and then we receive, completing in us the law of circulation. I think about that often. So let's spend just a few minutes in the quiet. I'll stop talking for a bit. And I invite you to call to mind any person, could be you, that is looking for healing, for prayer energy. Could be a friend, a parent, a child, a partner, your spouse, someone you work with. For me today, it's my neighbors in this condo, the neighbor who lives across the hall from me. She and her brother are caring for their mother at 89 years of age. Mom lives at home still, but they are now with her back and forth. So perhaps you know someone, and I've asked if I can put them on the prayer list, and I have. Also call to mind anything going on in the world that is troubling you. There's a lot happening. There's a lot happening. I think it's important for us to, in these times particularly, there are times of plenty and times of lack, so take the lean in stride. I give thanks for blessings already present and those on their way to me. So join me in prayer. Father, Mother, and everything, God, we give thanks that we have this time together. We have thanks for the daily word, which has been published by Unity for more than 101 years. We give thanks for the Fillmores and they're inspiring a movement that's so much bigger than it was. So much bigger. In unity, we are rising to meet the need of people around us. And over the months, God, we know that there are going to be new things that we'll be doing. We're excited. And we also bless our country, the United States, and its form of government. We have a 3-branch government system specified by our Constitution, which remains in force. The courts are frequently doing their job to double-check things and act as the check and the balance between the 3 branches. But we bless our founding documents. We bless all politicians. We pray for them all. We trust to know that they have available to them infinite amount of divine wisdom. They have to open their hearts and minds up to it and then rationally wield that with power. And we bless the whole world, all the world, and all the dear ones who are listening to this in the moment that they are. Know that you are being blessed, and know that you are a blessing. This is the truth for all of us. And remember, dear friend, that the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well.